Hello, collective. Good afternoon and happy new moon in Cancer. I know this energy feels a little heavy. This is a special new moon because it's also happening during a Mercury retrograde in Cancer. If you also want to get some more detailed information, you can go back on my page, read my energy update that I did post for today's new moon in Cancer. So, today, I'm going to do a specific reading for the collective for the new moon in Cancer. So, if you feel like this reading is going to resonate with you, please stick around. And if not, you can scroll away at this time. Remember, time is an illusion, energy is fluid. So, please take what resonates and leave what does not. And if this message reaches you after the new moon in Cancer, it's still going to resonate. Okay. So, we're going to get into the cards and see what is coming up for you today for this new moon in Cancer. Now, when I shuffled, there was one card that came out: Cancer energy, Queen of Cups. So we're going to see what else the cards have in store for you for today. I like it. It's giving matriarch energy because we are in Cancer season. Cancer is feminine, but it's also it's very ancestral. Healing around ancestral patterns with the women in your lineage. And channeling that matriarch energy to help you heal or help you release something. And because this new moon in Cancer is about, emotional stability and structure around how to properly operate your family in your home, this is real big on you releasing certain patterns that you've inherited from the ancestors before you. And I love that the Queen of Cups came out first because it's definitely matriarch energy. Um, oh, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Okay. So we do have cups. We do have cups. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, so first card that popped out while I was shuffling is the Queen of Cups. Then we have the World, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. I'm also going to talk about maybe a card or two on the bottom of the deck as well. Now, this Queen of Cups in this world, you're completing something here, okay? You are eradicating something, you are removing something, you are copying, pasting, deleting, editing something out of your bloodline that is finally coming to a completion now. It's ending with you, and you're creating this whole new rebirth for yourself and for the generations after you, okay? And because we are in Mercury retrograde, there is a need for you to still recover, rest, okay? Make sure you're not in spaces where you are eventually crashing out or burning out, okay? There is a huge awareness right now happening around accountability and responsibility. And if you go back on my page and actually read my energy update, I did talk about that towards the end. This accountability and responsibility is important as we come into these new chapters of our life, because the accountability is helping you take accountability for actions, decisions that you made from the past, even, certain behaviors and patterns that you've inherited from generations before you, and the responsibility of knowing that the power you wield can create change. Now, this is what makes this lunation very special, because we are also about to be in Leo season next week. Leo season is all about confidence and being courageous and being in the spotlight. Some of you are chosen ones, and some of you are meant to be in the spotlight. However, you might be afraid of being in the spotlight because that was something you inherited from your bloodline. Maybe ancestors before you chose to dim their light, and then you happen to do the same thing. But now that Jupiter is in Leo, we are meant to gain public recognition for our presence, for our energy, for the work that we've done. And in order for us to be able to harness that Leo energy next week, there's something around these patterns and or behaviors that we need to focus on, bring awareness to, and heal from. And then we can come into Leo season and start harnessing all of that charismatic energy, right? And I love this a lot because Not only are we in Mercury retrograde, but we're also in Pluto retrograde. And if you also go back on my page and read my energy update for the Pluto retrograde, I also talked about how Pluto is a generational planet. Okay. And when I did that energy update, I made a reference to Assassin's Creed, if you're familiar with that game. You go into the animus and you experience the ancestral memory to help you gain the breadcrumbs on how to move forward. Now, with this Mercury retrograde in Cancer and this Pluto retrograde happening, this is creating a huge portal for us to be able to dive into that ancestral memory and completely erase patterns, karmic loops, behaviors that no longer resonate with the timeline you are about to shift into. And for a lot of you, this is important because chosen ones were meant to come here to do this. This was already your path. This was already a design and or makeup in the programming when you incarnated here. That's why everything feels so heavy around family. You might feel like a black sheep. You might feel like you don't fit in. And that's because you were meant to sit back and observe patterns, behaviors, certain addictions and vices in order to help your lineage totally release it. And this is the part that I like a lot about this reading is the Six of Pentacles. This is reciprocity. You're gaining something not only for yourself, but for your bloodline. This is reciprocity for understanding the good and bad, and also understanding that the bad is not necessarily negative. They're just lessons that needed to be learned. Whether that was you or maybe you having awareness of your relatives that came before you and understanding the patterns that allowed you to have the mental clarity to see things for what it truly was. And when you gain that awareness, you're also getting these karmic gifts and rewards here. This karmic recognition or this public recognition, this reciprocity is helping you gain something that you can take with you in the future. But it's also shifting you. You're moving towards something better. You're moving into a whole new timeline and or reality that is shifting you towards something that maybe has never been experienced in your lineage before. The cards on the bottom of the deck I do want to talk about is the Two of Cups and the King of Cups. Now, earlier in the reading, we also got the Queen of Cups. This is counterparts. Whether this is your divine masculine and your divine feminine coming together as a whole, I feel like for a lot of you who have a family, this is a family parental dynamic that is allowing you to build this emotional stability and or structure around having divine connections with not only people, but your relatives within your family. This divine counterpart here is helping you tap into your ancestors. I'm also picking up heavy on grandparents. Grandparents are, the how do I say, the foundation for families. So if you've experienced your grandparents as a child, maybe you admired the relationship they had, the home that they created. Maybe they built a home from the ground up. And if you did not get the opportunity to experience your grandparents as a child, channel them because they're helping you with a certain type of emotional quality, whether that's stability, support, emotional availability, to help you come into these new spaces being emotionally sound in certain connections and or relationships. You notice this lion here? This is going to be big as we move into not only Lion season, Leo season, but Lion's Gate portal on 8/8 as well. Okay, so I hope this message resonated with you. Okay, and as the heat and the sun is coming out and it's getting hotter, there's also divine DNA activations happening at this time. So if you feel like this message resonated with you, please comment down below. I'm also leaving my information down here so you can contact me for personal reading. And as always, I wish you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a wonderful new moon in Cancer. Allow you to get yourself some rest and tap into your ancestors for further details and downloads that you need at this time. And go back on my page and read all my updates that I posted, including the weekly collective message. Love you guys. Bye.